Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Oliver Joyce from Whiskeybarrel Studios on a freezing winter day, and it's even colder because, yeah, I had the haircut. I had to look more like my character in Sword and Sandal 3 Redux, so it was very important that I got the haircut. But it's seriously, I was getting kind of crazy, and someone said I was getting all kind of Jon Snow, so I got to get a cut. Today, Sword and Sandals 3 Redux, I want to show you some gameplay from Sword and Sandals 3 Redux because I am going to be launching the demo in September. There is a Next Fest coming up in October, so the game is going to be part of that. And then I plan on releasing the whole thing in November. Just like that. And then we're done. Sword and Sandals 3 Redux will be complete, and it'll be in your hands then. So today I just want to go through and play a little bit of the game. And without further ado, let's just jump in, because you know me, I just talk and talk and talk, but let's just play, and I'll talk while we play. Alright, welcome to the Gladiator demo version. And this version here is the one that basically you guys will be playing. There's a few little things I need to just polish and tweak a little bit. Particularly around sort of experience points and a few little other things. But without further ado, let's get stuck in. Into a new campaign. So, you know, if you've played Immortals, you'll recognize this, right? It's there's basically using the same engine, and Immortals was built with this in mind. Because they're basically companion games. Okay, you know, you can select your Gladiator difficulty just like the other ones. We go with normal. And also the Champions difficulty if you wish. You can turn the tough bosses on or permadeath on or off. I can't speak today, it's too cold. Alright, once you've decided your rules, you're ready to go. And this will be familiar to many of you who have played the original Sword and Sandals 3. It's the classic text. Not everything translates from Flash, so you know some of the animations and so on do not appear in this game. I mean, none of the animations appear from Sword and Sandals 3, but a lot of the art has been translated over, which is pretty cool. Because Flash just, you can't, you know, retrieve a lot of that stuff. Alright, let's create our character. For the demo, you can use any one of the first 8 races. You can't use the final ones, and there's going to be an automaton as well, which you can't use yet either. Let's go with someone cool, that guy, the Guntarian. Yeah, and you know, if you're familiar with Immortals, same system. Okay, he's quite a cool looking character. We'll call him okay, and all the same voices return. Let's use John's voice, John Stayscale from Lost Relic Games, who donated his voice to Immortals. And we'll go with standard. Let's make him a pit brawler. The strength, bit of attack. One thing I haven't really done yet is I'm actually going to be tweaking some of these stats and what they do, just to make Sword and Sandals 3 Redux a bit more of an aggressive game than Immortals. Welcome to day 1 of the Gladiator Ultratus. So every day that begins in Sword and Sandals 3, you'll see this panel, and you'll appear in a random arena for the day. And just like in Immortals, there are random rules as well. Many of the rules from Immortals have been removed. I know a lot of people didn't love the sort of the no axes or, you know, no melee weapons, that kind of stuff. I've gotten rid of that. I have still put rules in, like, you know, no fire weapons today or whatever it is, but a lot of people didn't like those rules because it forced you to go into the inventory and change all your setup and everything just for a few battles. So but there's a couple of new rules in this one, like all hits are critical, or no essence is lost during this one, so that's going to be quite cool as well. For the demo, you only get to play a couple of the arenas, but there are 7 arenas in the full version. Welcome to the town. Anything with the demo button is locked off. Now, you'll notice these icons are new as well. In earlier screenshots, I had the screenshots, the icons of the shopkeepers, but I was playing this game with John Stayscale the other day, and he was testing it out, and he said, oh, you know, I'm not familiar with those shopkeepers, and not everyone that's playing Sword and Sandals 3 Redux will be familiar with the old shopkeepers. So he suggested that, you know, why not use, you know, an axe icon for the, you know, axes and polearms and that kind of thing. Of course, when you go into a shop, you still get the classic, you know, your shopkeeper there, and but when you switch, you get the icon. So you can see at a glance, look, I want to buy a mace. You can get some from Brunhilde's. Get some pants or something. What have we got? You start off with gear in this one, but let's have a look. We'll exit the shop. Right now, you start off with gear, yeah. In the full version, I'm going to make it so you don't start off with any gear at all. I think that was a relic from Immortals, so I'll be removing that for the purposes of Immortals. I want to, you know, you want to mix these things up, right? One cool thing I wanted to show you guys. We go classic portraits, classic backgrounds, classic gladiators. You can have any combination of these things. But if you're a fan of the old games, now you got to go into a different building before you get to... Look, it's the old town and the old portraits. So if you're a fan of the old style, there it is. Straight from the source. As chunky kind of flush drawing as you could ever hope to be. So yeah, that's a thought little, you know, kind of a cool thing. And also, you'll notice that gladiators have that old style as well. So if I equip his gear, you'll see he looks like the old Sword and Sandals 3 gladiator. And thank you to Niram, who is one of the ultimate Sword and Sandals fans, who helped me out by basically transferring those old armor gladiator models into this sort of excellent sort of higher resolution versions of them, which is awesome. So you get to the best of both worlds. You get the old Flash style in the new engine, and of course you can change that back if you want. You have to reset the screen, you know, go to a new area to do that, and then it shows it again. See, back to the old style again. I mean the new style. Old style, new style. It's all style, right? Speaking of style, I want to give a quick shout out to my hearty band of Patreon supporters who support me in the greatest style you can imagine. Lemonade Joe, BGP, Cavity number 1, Brandon K, Noah Goodishan, X Up Omega, Jeffro of Hex 3D, Hopeless, Martin Shalupski, and Sovereign in Exile. You guys are the best, and you will be getting a Steam key for Sword and Sandals 3 Redux. As long as you are a Patreon, you will get Steam keys to any future games as well, and you'll be in the credits and whatever cool stuff I can get you. And there's a, you know, a fairly frequent Patreon newsletter that you are part of as well. So supporting me just helps the game dev because, you know, I'm just doing this by myself for the most part. And I'm also working on Lair of the Leviathan, which is, you know, another whole video altogether. But, you know, I appreciate you guys, and thank you so much. There'll be a link below if you do want to jump on the channel. Thank you. All right, let's jump back in. Now, if you're familiar with Sword and Sandals Immortals, you know that that game is a sprawling epic set across many different arenas and a huge map. Sword and Sandals 3 is a much more concentrated and a sort of a simpler experience, for better or worse, and that all takes place in the one arena, which is here in the Badlands. The one location with several arenas, to clarify that. Let's jump in. There are 5 gladiators to fight today, you know, 1 up from Immortals, which has 4. Most of them haven't bothered to get any armor. What about Cashel? And you got Grog Scammo as your sort of arena master, and he will, you know, dictate the fights to you. Once you defeated all 5 gladiators, the day ends, and you can begin a new day. And the arenas change, and the rules change, and that kind of thing. When you're level 1, you're always in Altratus Arena, and the rules are standard. If you were a fan of the old trivia things from the original Sword and Sandals, I snuck them as well. Did you know Cashel writes poetry about swimming? Well, I do now. That's great. What a great bit of trivia. Okay, Roll 9 to attack first. Alright. So, got a bunch of skills. Let's just go with a medium attack. The arena is empty because no one's bothering to come to see a level 1 gladiator fight another level 1 gladiator. Okay, use your special. What's that war cry do again? Sonic attack? Oh, that hurt him. Yeah, easy fight. Easy fight. Easy win. Slay him or spare the life. Let's slay him. Mean Guntarians. And you can select always slay if you want. We'll do that. This guy's going to be a bad guy. So now, once you've won a battle, once you've basically leveled up enough, got enough experience, you can level up. So let's do that right now. Okay, we're going to grab some stamina, bit of agility. What are we going to go with? Warfare. Now, ignore this. This isn't going to be in the final version. These two. Robotics is a tree just for the automatons. You won't have access to that. And special is something else just for bosses. So you'll only get to see these ones in the final version. But there you go. They're in this one. Behind the scenes, right? Axe Mastery. Do you want to go with... Oh, we're using a club at the moment. But let's see if we can get an axe and then grab... you know, switch over to an axe. Axes are quite fun for critical damage and that kind of thing. Okay, now you will fight in the Hall of Champions, which is kind of cool. No cooldowns. Okay, it's kind of cool, but there's no description for no cooldowns yet. We haven't written it, and no fire magic. So we can fight in the Hall of Champions if we wish. Or we could actually even challenge an arena champion. What do you think of that? Let's challenge one. That's one of the cool things about Sword and Sandals 3 is you can challenge an arena champion at any time as soon as you're ready. Now these champions are not showing the correct image yet, but these will be showing the picture of, you know, the first arena champion, second, third, once they're there. They're just not built yet. I've built the first 2 or 3. But I've still got, you know, 22 more to build. Let's challenge him. Oh, I should have gotten a better weapon. Right. So, old friend, the Fearful Prisoner. How are you, buddy? Great to see ya. Not afraid anymore. Good, well. Fantastic. Now, one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is, because this game is using the Immortals engine, the skills and the strengths and everything that these gladiators will be showing, their stats and everything, are not going to be the same as in the old Sword and Sandals 3. It's a different game using different engine, different rules. I've tried to get as close to the old gladiator stats and things as I can, but not all of them are going to be a direct fit, a direct comparison. And you're going to find, because of that, and because the engine is different, some of the rules are different. And so therefore some bosses will be more challenging, some will be easier. Of course, I'll still try to make the Edit project as hard as possible because, you know, that's tradition. Now notice we have a full crowd because everyone wants to come and see you guys fight. I haven't put the automatons in there yet though. They could be coming maybe at higher level battles. Whoa, okay. Now this guy's level 4, we're level 2. Yeah, I'll be damned if you lost number 10,000.
You have lost to the arena champion.
Alas! Alas we have. Indeed. Day ends in defeat. Very sad times. And, you know, and it continues. And every day it changes. So when you are defeated by an arena champion, the day passes and stuff like that. And you get new rules. And we've gone back to standard rules for this new day. More often than not, you'll just get the standard rules. But every now and again, I'm going to throw in different a variety of rules for interest. And I may even give you the option to turn rules on and off. I kind of like them because it really mixes up the game. You let me know in the comments what you think. Do you like rules or you don't like rules, special rules for the game? You know, we could buy ourselves a cleaver. Can't afford this item. That's terrible. Need more gold. We almost could if we sold something. Sell the blackjack and buy cleaver. Yay! Item purchased. All right, cool. All right, that is Swords and Sandals 3 Redux, the demo. And as you can see, there is a lot I need to do just in terms of just a few tweaks. You know, not a lot, but there's little things I need to do, just a bit of polish, bit of tweaking, a little bit of balancing and that kind of stuff. But we're definitely on track for a September demo on Steam, and then a October Next Fest for, you know, everyone to see. And then, of course, all going well, a launch sometime in November. You know, these things can change, but I'm excited to see what you guys think of the game. Let me know in the comments, you know, if you're excited about the project. If you've never played Immortals, this is going to be new and exciting for you completely. If you have played Immortals, I think you will like some of the tweaks that I'll be putting into the game. You know, it's familiar yet different. It's in some ways purer. It gets right back to the heart of what made Sword and Sandals originally so much fun, and that's just pure arena combat. There's no side quests. There's no sort of, you know, maps to go around and other sort of stuff like that, which, you know, Immortals is a fantastic epic adventure, but this sort of just, you know, brings it home a little bit. And, you know, there's the familiarity in that, which I certainly am enjoying in my tests of the game. And of course, I'm still working on Lair of the Leviathan, which is my main project. Sword and Sandals 3 Redux is very much a side project, which I've been sort of doing at nights and, you know, a little bit in the school holidays with the kids and stuff like that. And Lair is huge. We've got years to go on that, and a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. And looking forward to talking to you more about that in future videos. But in the meantime, keep an eye out. Wish us the game to be notified when the demo is coming out. And until next time, my friends, bye for now.